Hello everybody and welcome back to a brand new episode of our NASCAR Heat 5 career mode here on the channel. I hope you're all having a great day. Today we finish off the short track swing at Martinsville Speedway where we have seen of course our ups and downs recently, from Richmond running really well there, going to Bristol, having another top 10 run, having a late race spin that took us out of a top 10 result. We're hoping to change things up today, and I do believe that today is our chance to get our first win of our Cup Series career, and of course first win of the season now as we roll into this Martinsville Speedway for the NOCO 400. Very excited for this one. Martinsville, of course, a lot of history within the sport of NASCAR. It's been on the schedule forever since, you know, the debut of NASCAR back in 1948. So I was ready to roll here this weekend now in the Petro-Canada paint scheme here as we dive down into turn 1 and 2. Denny Hamlin just behind myself in that Mavis Toyota Camry. We actually saw some drama in practice. Shane Van Gisbergen actually had a spin, and you're going to see we roll up on it right here in 3 and 4, and it's a big pile up of cars in practice. SVG gets it rolling back in the right direction, but it's been a bit of a rough short track swing for Shane Van Gisbergen, of course doing a lot of the Cup Series schedule, but not full time, but he's done the full swing here for the short tracks. He also will be doing Talladega as well as we would roll through into qualifying now after settling down there in the practice with the chaos. So qualifying into turn 1, getting as close as you can to that red and white curb, and then of course just opening that exit down the back straightaway we go, and of course just looking to get a solid entry into turn 3. A little bit deep, could have been a little bit better there. Throttle up hard about middle of the corner to the line. What's it gonna be? We will beat the goal by half a second, and you can see it's P3. A really solid qualifying effort here in Martinsville, and it's only not even half a tenth off pole. Chris Buescher, who just got that win, of course, recently in the last episode in Bristol on pole with Chastain on the front row. Joining him a little bit further down is Blaney Larson, Elliott Suarez as well. Austin Hill's driving the 33 for RCR today. He's in the field. We'll see what he can do as BJ McLeod is at the back of the grid. And Bubba Wallace, 32nd. He's had a terrible short track swing. Went and won Atlanta, and then it's been downhill since then. Truck Series, Frankie Muniz actually picked up the win again. 2 in a row for him. He wins in Bristol. And no Xfinity Series action this weekend. I will be doing Xfinity in the next episode, though. We will be back in the Top Golf number 10 at Talladega. But let's get ready to roll on Sunday.
Today we wrap up the West Coast swing for Martinsville. Denny Hamlin and Chris Buescher are the 2 winners so far. Do you guys think we see another new winner today?
I think not today, Mike. The 17 car looks just as fast as he did last week, and I think Chris is going to be tough to beat today.
You're totally wrong, Kevin. Keep your eyes on the 16 car. Owen likes these short tracks. He's my pick today, boys.
This track has a rich history in NASCAR. Let's see who brings home the grandfather clock.
All right, Gary. I think we've got a good shot today. Stay calm and manage lap traffic, and we'll be there at the end.
Yes, sir. It's just about managing that long run. We've been struggling with that a bit lately, so hopefully we can stay on top of it today. You hear the radio right there between us and the team. Definitely the long run has been the weak point so far of this car. So we'll see what we can do today now as we get ready to roll here for the NOCO 400. Really glad to know that Carson Hocevar is drafting buddy at Martinsville. That's going to play a big help here today. I think, you know, if he gets locked onto my bumper and, you know, we do some bump drafting at Martinsville. Nonetheless, ready to roll from P3. Chris Buescher in the Subway 17 leads the field to the green flag here in Martinsville. 100 laps around this track. You guys remember the spring Martinsville race now is shorter than the full race. Of course, in the fall it's 500 laps in real life, and in the spring it's 400. So with the 25%, of course, 100 instead of 125 for the spring event here. Now side by side with Chastain. Buescher leads lap 1. He's already half a second down the road as we enter turn number 1, trying to get clear of this Busch machine. And sure enough, through 1 and 2 will clear him. Truex trying to move through into 3rd place now down this bank straightaway. We're going to try and run away and see if we can run down this 17 car and really find out what kind of pace we have early on. And I was struggling right off the bat. Here's lap 4 out of turn 4. Look how tight I am into the outside wall on the exit of the corner, actually doing a little bit of damage to the car, and that's damage that we're going to have to deal with for all of Stage 1 and Stage 2, because we're not going to have to pit at the end of Stage 1. It's only 19 laps. I struggled in these opening laps holding on to second, but my bumper was just being practically beaten down by the 19 of Martin Truex Jr., who was putting loads of pressure on myself. But I would start to kind of settle into a rhythm, get back into the routine I need to be doing here in Martinsville, and I would start to open up the gap at least to the 19 on back. And you can see in the track map there's clearly some slower cars creating some big gaps right now in this pack of cars, which is backing up a lot of cars towards the back, which is going to put the 17 car into lap traffic very quickly. Lap 13 coming to 14, and the 17 is already approaching some lap cars. We have driven away from Truex on back at this point. The pace in this car starting to pick up. I don't know if we are right now quite fast enough for the 17 car, but we are still nonetheless a threat today in Martinsville to get that first win of our Cup career. But that 17 now full-blown dealing with lap traffic at this point in the final 4 laps of the stage. The question is, can we get to the 17, maybe put some pressure on him and try to steal a stage victory? In the past Heat 5 races at Martinsville, usually lap traffic is your golden opportunity to make some overtakes here and catch the leader, because they struggle so much more usually. As expected, we do run down the 17 as this final lap of the stage already underway, but we're not quite close enough to make a move. He's going 3 wide. Buescher is really trying to push it here after winning that race last episode in Bristol. He can take a bit more risk. Almirola is going to cover the outside, which is what I wanted. Buescher making a lot of ground on that outside lane, kind of like we saw Ryan Blaney doing IRL at Martinsville just a few weeks ago as we finished P2 in Stage 1. So overall, pretty happy with that. Truex, Bell, as well as Byron there, 3rd, 4th, and 5th. That 24 car looking really quick so far. Hocevar manages some stage points. Same for Chastain, Reddick, Keselowski, and McDowell. Nobody pitting, like I said, so we're all going to be staying out. And I was kind of glad that we're not going to have a pit stop here, because it really gives us a good idea of how this car is going to drive on the long run, which we could very well see a long run in Stage 3. So Stage 2 is, of course, trying to get the stage win, but as well learn as much as we can about this car, as Riley Herbst will pick up the lucky dog there for the Rick Ware Racing team. We're ready to go back green for stage number 2. 9 points for us in stage 1. The green flag's back out. It's a JGR duo of Martin Truex Jr. as well as Christopher Bell behind us here now as we go down through turn 1 and 2. The outside, of course, a bit of a disadvantage when there's no lap traffic around. It's just raw speed that's fighting up here, and it's going to be a bit of a difficult task for myself to be able to get clear of this 19 on the exit of turn 4, slipping and sliding around a little bit on the exit of the corner, dead even at the line. We only have a few extra laps in stage 2 compared to stage 1. Instead of 19, we got 22 laps now. Truex clear. I'm sliding on the exit of the corner. I think it's pretty evident what kind of adjustment we're going to need. We were really tight at the beginning of the race. I mean, you saw it. We hit the wall on lap 4, but it's getting way too free on the later half of the run now. Keselowski has moved his way forward. He's up my inside. Here comes in my mirror Joey Logano as well. We're continuing to slide on the exit of turn 2, exit of turn 4, more sliding and slipping everywhere. But the 6 car gets clear. We're going to jump down in between him and the 22 of Joey Logano. RFK looking like the best Ford team clearly by a long shot right now. And you can see Keselowski goes through past the 19 of Truex. I'm going to try and send one up the inside here. Truex leaves the door open. Don't mind if I do. Defending Cup Series champion on the outside. And here we go. We're going to bring this call leg number 16 machine back into the 3rd position with 17 to go in the stage. The question is, of course, how far up can we get, or will we get any further up than 3rd place? And it's going to be a little bit here before that 17 runs down some lap traffic. You can see he's just over a straightaway behind from the back of the pack right now. One of the cars that was slower, that was holding up a lot of cars, was the 3 car of Austin Dillon. But 14 to go on the stage. You can see the 6 car driving away from me. I think Keselowski currently is one of the fastest cars on track, or at least faster than the leader of his teammate and his, of course, employee of Chris Buescher now. But we just settle into P3, managing the gap to the 22. The car slipping and sliding around like crazy, so I'm just really trying to make it to the end of the stage and get some adjustments in. But the 17 had now approached lap traffic, so had Brad Keselowski. So now here's our chance with 8 laps to go to try and make some moves. But look up ahead. You can see the 17. He's up on that outside line, and it's is really working. It worked in stage 1, it's working well in stage 2. A lot of the times in the past of Heat 5, the AI, they'll stay on the inside and they'll refuse to go to the top, and you can just drive around them when they get into the lap traffic. It's a bit of a different scenario here today, so we've got our work cut out for us. Kozlowski's on the inside, he's passing Herbst. Shane Van Gisbergen, unfortunately, going a lap down now as well, but Buescher continues to make that outside work, but Kozlowski has run him down. He is right behind him. We're trying to get up there in the mix, but it's not going to quite be enough, I don't think, as we approach 2 laps to go on the stage, and now you can see the gap between Buescher and Kozlowski as they hit a little bit of clean track. Bowman, what is going on with the 48? What is going on with me? I'm sliding on the exit of turn 4. We save it, but Bowman having a terrible run here today in Martinsville, down in 33rd place. He's just outside of the playoffs right now. Just a little bit of work to do. Needs really one good day to be right back in the picture, but that day is not going to be today. To the inside of the Ally Financial 48 machine into turn 1. Chris Buescher won stage 1, and Kozlowski not close enough to put enough pressure on him down the back straightaway into turn 3. So Buescher to the inside of another car right at the end there. I think it's Harrison Burton he has lapped, but Buescher, sure enough, wins stage 2. He sweeps the first 2 stages, and it's an RFK 1-2 in this stage, and we're going to cross the line P3 with some adjustments needed. Yeah, the car is good, but we just need to tighten it up. It's tight on the short run, but it's too loose on the long run, and I think we're going to get a long run.
Yeah, 10-4 will tighten it up for you. Just be patient on the short run for me. The car will come to you.
The car will come to you. That's something we got to remember here now. As you can see, the adjustments going in now. 48 on the wedge, as well as a little bit of grill tape added there. But yeah, we got a lengthy final stage here, about 50 laps, so plenty of time for things to develop and happen here now, as we will stay P3. Kozlowski gets the lead on the pit lane. Buescher loses a spot, puts him up to the outside. That's an opportunity, hopefully, for us to gain a spot here as we get ready to roll. Green flags back out. It's going to be 53 laps of racing in Martinsville. Bell just behind alongside Byron, and into turn 1. I hit the brakes and the car just goes straight. Here comes the 20 up the inside. We forced the 3 wide on accident there with the 17. That allows the 6 car of Kozlowski to run away. Chastain slips through in behind, and Daniel Suarez now to the inside in the background there of the 24 and the 19 of Byron, and Truex now will pass the 17 at least down into turn 1. Buescher goes from leading the first 2 stages now down to 4th, maybe 5th, after he's under pressure from Ross Chastain. So after all of that, we don't lose or gain anything. We're P3 still behind the 20 now of Christopher Bell, last season's regular season champ. What can we do with this 20? Want to make quick work of Christopher Bell. I think we've got a car capable now of fighting for a win, but it was going to take some time to be able to get this 20 car. Being patient, waiting for this car to kind of, swing back in my favor, I should say here. As you can see, 47 laps, that's still plenty of time, and lap traffic is going to play a role as well. But I would run down this 20. Look at my mirror. William Byron has come out of nowhere, showing a lot of speed now, as I'm getting a little bit impatient now. I think I'm quicker than the 20, but I'm having a difficult time passing him, so I'm just going to do, what all the young drivers do. Just get out of my way, try to push him. It didn't work, so we have to try again. Out of turn 4, lap 56, a really good run, actually, out of the corner, and here we go, right to the back bumper, to the inside of the 20 into turn number 1, our opportunity to move into 2nd place. Byron, Buescher back up into the mix as well. He is following that 24 side by side with the 20, and we're going to get clear into the corner. We'll take P2, hoping that the 24 can't get to the inside of the 20. Unfortunately, he does. That 24 is showing some speed here in stage number 3. Kozlowski leads with 43 laps to go. Can we run him down? We know we are going to get to him, because lap traffic is going to play a role. It'll either be, catching him in the lap traffic, or we're going to catch him, with a caution. 1.6 seconds, that gap here now, 1.7, so it's kind of going back between the 1.6, 1.7 kind of area, but I was paying a lot of attention to that gap until the 6 car caught the lap traffic. Now it is game on. Trevor Bayne down in 40th place here. Alex Bowman is the second to last car running right now. He is just absolutely sucking hard here in Martinsville. As we say that, we got the 2 of Austin Cindric there in the pits with a blown engine, so his day is over. We stay green here in Martinsville now. As you can see, Kozlowski doing a very solid job managing lap traffic. There's Austin Hill in the 33, currently running in 30th place, but Bubba Wallace, it's been a terrible day for him again, and that Dr. Pepper number 23, got to feel bad for for him after that Atlanta win. Like we said, just not been a good short track swing. But we are here. We're ready to pounce on Keselowski, following his every move. He goes to the outside, and now would follow him up here, passing Herbs, passing Haley, our former teammate here, and William Byron's jumping up to the outside behind us as well. He knows what's going to happen, and now Keselowski jumps to the bottom as he sees two cars side by side. That's Eric Jones with the 21 of Eric Almirola. So we're going to jump to the top. We lead the lap, but how long is it going to be till we can clear this 6 car? Now beating down this back bumper just about to the 43, and I was getting pretty impatient with the 43, just wanting to, of course, get on with my day. So as we go down into turn 3, a shot to the back bumper, trying to say, hey, let's get going. It's going to be a bit more of a bump next time if you don't get out of my way. Byron right there behind us as well into turn 1 and 2. Again on the outside of the 21 now. We would clear the 6 car on lap 68. Now I'm saying, okay, just get out of my way, the 43. We're going to slip up the inside, 3 wide in the middle. William Byron as well into second in the background, trying to pass that number 6 of Keselowski as we continue to make this outside work to the outside of the 91 of SVG, Shane Van Gisbergen, and then just in front of him we got the 14 of Chase Briscoe. We're going to be able to pass all of these guys really without any issues now. Right to the back bumper of this 14. Going to jump up to the outside there. A little bit of a moment there. The 14 kind of cuts us off there. Never really a hole to make it work anyways now as I give him a shot to the bumper. We would pass him. We pass the 12 of Ryan Blaney, who's having a rough day, and we pass the 3 of Austin Dillon. And now we have clear track to drive away as Keselowski and Byron continue to battle for second place. And as well, Chris Buescher up into the mix, trying to make something happen here. 23 laps to go. Hocevar down in 24th after a top 10 run in stage number 1 there just in front of us. You can see him. So we're trying to run him down and get him put a lap down here. But the caution is going to fly with 22 laps to go here in Martinsville, forcing everybody into the pit lane for the bare minimum of half a can of fuel, right side tires. That's all it is going to be. There is going to be a few laps probably left when we run down lap traffic here, because we'll probably be going green with about 19 or so laps to go. This is going to get really interesting. We keep the lead in the pits. Buescher gains a spot. Keselowski gains a spot. Byron loses 2, which is perfect for me because I think the 24 is the fastest car in stage 3. We're back racing here in Martinsville. That first win, it's right there in front of us. We have to hang on for 19 laps here at the paperclip now, side by side with the RFK Ford Mustang of the 17 of Chris Buescher, his boss man Keselowski behind, ready to pounce as well. He's looking for his first win still as a driver owner here with this Roush Fenway Keselowski team. Buescher, of course, picked up his first win of the season last episode in Bristol. He wants a second back-to-back win. We have seen new winners all season long, aside from Chase Elliott in his 3 wins. Everybody else, has just been one win after another for a new driver. We're clear of the 17. We want to join the new winner column for this season and just join the winners column in general in the NASCAR Cup Series now as we come through to lap 86. Keselowski had moved through into second place. Buescher fading backwards in these closing 14 laps. Bell was up to 3rd, but Byron was looking to take the spot from him a little bit deep there into turn 1 out of turn 2. Keselowski certainly showing some pace right now on these 2 tires. Strategy that everybody's on, and again, wide on the exit of turn 4. Here goes Keselowski looking to the left rear. 12 laps to go. We're going to dive into turn 1, trying to stay ahead, but we go too deep into the corner. Keselowski up the inside as we exit turn 2, side by side with the Castrol Edge Ford Mustang down this back straightaway into turn 3. We got some room to work with behind us, and we got time to fight. Keselowski clear. We're going to do the switchback Formula 1-esque style move up the inside of the 6 down towards turn 1. 11 laps to go, and we're back dead even with the 6 of Keselowski now on the exit of the corner, kind of diamonding the corner exit right there, and it continues side by side with Keselowski, the 2012 Cup Series champion here. Byron is up to 3rd, and he is closing the gap on both of us quickly now. Bit of a slide on the exit of turn 4 there. 10 to go, still side by side with Keselowski into turn 1, but here we go, our opportunity right there to clear him. Yes, we are clear of Keselowski, free to drive away. What can William Byron do with him? 8 laps to go, a bit wide again on turn 1. Not what we want to do, but fortunately this time we have good enough exit to stay ahead of that 6th machine as we head down into turn number 3. 7 laps to go once we get back to the line. Not a lot of time left here in Martinsville. Busher is still 4th position now, and that lap traffic is right there in front of us. We'll have to deal with the 14 of Briscoe as well as Justin Haley in the 51 for sure, as the 24 is knocking on the door of the 6th looking for 2nd place. How do we deal with this lap traffic? 4 laps to go in Martinsville to the outside of the 14. Kozlowski's looking to the inside, maybe going to be the wrong move there. We've seen him go to the outside all day long. He's going to continue to focus in on the bottom. Byron jumps up to the top. Byron's going to move through into 2nd to the outside of my former teammate of Justin Haley. We would be able to pass this 51 on the outside and get some clear track. Byron, as we come to 2 to go, follows through around the outside, and he'll pass the 51 as well. Shane Van Gisbergen and a whole bunch of cars that I don't want to see right there in front of us as we head down this back straightaway towards turn number 3. White flag approaching. Please no caution is what I'm hoping at this point now as we come through 3 out of turn 4 to the back of the 91 to the inside. White flag in the air. Our first Cup win is about 20 seconds away, but Byron is knocking on the door. He is here in that number 24 machine as we exit turn 2. He's looking for his first win of the season. As we head down this back, we go defensive. Byron's going to jump to the top. We cover him up. He jumps to the inside, side by side with Byron through 3 and 4. Who's going to get here first? Sliding on the exit of the corner. Half a car length the gap. We win our first race in the NASCAR Cup Series in way more dramatic fashion than I was expecting there. A power slide on the exit of 4. A drag race to the line with William Byron. Unbelievable scenes there, and what a drive from the 24. He tried to fake me out. He was showing he was going to go to the top, and then he jumps to the bottom as soon as I go back to the top to cover him, and we drag race back to the line. But we're a NASCAR Cup Series winner here from Martinsville Speedway. No cooler track, in my opinion, to get your first win in the Cup Series at, and hopefully this opens the door for a multi-win season and a lot of career wins to come here now, and of course, most importantly, a championship run. Obviously, that is a long ways away. The playoffs are quite a ways out still. Here's the top 10, and you got Hamlin, you got Bell, Gibbs, a bunch of those JGR cars in the top 10 outside of Truex. Our teammate of Allmendinger in the top 15. Our other teammate of Hemrick, overall a pretty rough day for that 31 car. Again, we still have to figure out what's going on with him. We have a team meeting coming before Talladega, by the way. I was going to do it this episode, but we decided we're going to do it in the next episode in Talladega. Of course, when we're going to be talking about working together as a team. We're locked in the playoffs. We are not going to be fighting to the end of the regular season like last season. And look at that, 7 different winners. Elliott, the only multi-time winner, and currently the last driver in the playoffs is Michael McDowell. Suarez out by 27, Blaney by 31, Allmendinger 32, Bowman 40, Busch 56. Some work to do for those guys, but we still have 16 races left in the regular season. Next episode's Talladega. We know anybody can win there. I'll see you guys then. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.